everybody. So let me just go ahead and start this video by saying that even though this is a video talking about whether or not we should be speaking about ex-vegans, putting our resources and our energy into that, I'm aware of the irony. I'm aware that this is in fact a video talking about ex-vegans when the message overall is to maybe not spend so much time talking about ex-vegans. So yes, I'm aware of this. You don't need to call me a hypocrite. Irony is not lost on me. So there we go. All right, first point that I want to make here is, actually it's not even a point. I just want to talk about how obvious the growth of veganism is over the past 5 years. I went vegan 5 years ago, and at that point in time, basically other than some tofurkey products, a little bit of the Eve's brand available here in Canada, and just a couple of other things maybe. I'm not even sure if like the Daya shreds were available yet. 5 years ago, here in rural Nova Scotia, there was basically nothing for plant-based food options in our grocery store. Had to go to a specialty store to pick things up. They were very expensive. And, now fast forward 5 years later, A&W's got the Beyond Burger, Impossible Burgers coming to Burger King. Fucking McDonald's is working on a vegan burger. All the fast food places have started paying attention to the market shift. Gardein, Field Roast, Tofurkey, Eve's, all of these different brands, Light Life, who else? Beyond. All of these guys have products pretty much everywhere. Even my local grocery stores that pretty much just had tofu and Tofurkey now have so many options. It's unreal. They're even coming out with their own. So here in Canada, Loblaws is one of the the large grocery chains. So like the Superstore or independent grocer in my area, that would be the President's Choice brand. They've developed their own plant-based stuff. Just had their chicken strips last night, actually like a chicken patty last night. Unbelievable, like so good, it's unreal. They've come out with their own vegan burger called the Undeniable Burger, obvious play on words of the Impossible Burger. Haven't tried that one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So I guess the point I'm trying to make here, just to start things off, just to sort of preface this, is that obviously from a capitalist food aspect, veganism is already winning, right? So the shift has already started in the market. I mean, look at what happened when Beyond went public here a couple weeks ago or whatever it was. Their stocks have pretty much doubled. This isn't going away. All right, this is just the beginning of an extremely quick shift in the market based upon consumer supply and demand. So we know that from the food aspect, from the capitalist point of view, we're already winning this war. And yes, it is a war because there are casualties. There are trillions of casualties every single year as a result of fishing and animal agriculture. So yes, this is a war and we are winning it, and economics basically is how you do that. But to get into the whole point of this video, should we be talking about ex-vegans? So when somebody, and I'm going to use him because he's an easy target, when somebody like Tim Sheaf comes out and talks about like, oh, I'm not vegan anymore, my vegan diet failed me and blah, 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 and it's not serving me and blah, blah, blah. Do we give this guy a lot of exposure, a lot of airtime, and a lot of response? So we give him a lot of energy, and then he ends up on TV and he's talking to, a bunch of other meatheads who don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about the dangers of veganism and how they felt so much better and all that shit. So do we allow that to happen by giving people like that a platform, or do we just ignore them and just let them fizzle out and fade away? Because I think the reality is that even if somebody like Tim goes on national TV, starts spouting up nonsense about how veganism failed him or whatever, now he feels so much better, I think overall we're still going to win. It might take a little bit longer, and obviously that's going to cause some damage when you start getting maybe the general public kind of questioning things. But how much energy do we give? So of course I made a response video to Tim. I've made a response video to John Venus being a moron. I've made a response video to other people being doing non-vegan or ex-vegan type things. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Obviously, I think it's worth pointing out to people when they're being a dumbass. I think it's worth pointing out the logical fallacies or the inaccuracies or the nonsense that comes out of people's mouths, so that, you know, when the average watcher or listener is looking at this person's argument, they can be like, oh wow, but then they see responses and they're like, oh okay, never mind, you're just an idiot. You know, so it's good to counter nonsense with logic, obviously, but I guess it's how much energy do we want to give? I think that we should be spending some time. We should be spending, you know, for me personally, I mean, I can't tell anybody what to do, obviously, and do whatever the hell you want. I mean, who the fuck am I to tell you what to do? But for me personally, I think that if I were to spend, you know, out of all my videos on YouTube, something like 10 to 20% pointing out some nonsense or something like that, that's probably about as much as I have to give. Because really, I want to focus on being an example of, you know, a vegan athlete, a runner, running marathons and shit, training for other stuff. Just, you know, just being a regular mid-30s guy living in rural Canada and also being vegan and having no problems doing so. So that's kind of like the main focus of what I want to do. But obviously, you know, number one, it is a great way to grow your channel and to bring more people in when you start talking about people and you have that little bit of, you know, dare I say it, drama on your channel. You know, obviously it's great for ratings, makes good TV, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. I just personally can't see myself turning into just a constant reporting channel or a constant like drama channel. And if that's what you do, I mean, that's cool. Like, I don't care, obviously, and I don't have any less respect for you. Not like you would care if I did, but you know, it's just kind of where I'm at and where I was thinking, what I'm thinking about it. Starting to ramble a little bit. I had a couple of other points I wanted to make. Oh yes, okay. So just wanted to point out that I know I use Tim and I talk about Tim quite a bit, and you know, the chances of Tim actually watching this video are very slim. I get that, but I do want to just point out and make it very clear that even if I am talking about somebody, and even if I call them a fucking moron, you know, like Tim, if you were watching this for whatever reason, if you came across it, even if I do call you a flat-earthing, sun-gazing, piss-drinking moron, because I personally think that is completely fucking idiotic, it doesn't mean that I have hate towards you. It doesn't mean that I don't, you know, sincerely wish you the calm and the clarity that you're seeking. So I really do, truly. Hope that, you know, everything works out for you, that you can find what you're looking for, and that you can be at peace. So, you know, I guess I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there, so, you know, people don't think I'm actually like a hateful person, because I'm not. It's just, you know, sometimes you got to make a point. But for me, I think I want to stray away from that. Every now and then, you know, put something up for the viewers, just for a little bit of fun, mix things up. You got to have a little bit of spice in life, you know, mix things up a little bit. Every video can't be like a running video or a grocery haul or a recipe test. You know, you got to have some fun here as well. And I guess that's what it's all about. So I don't know, just felt like having a chat while I was out on the trail with you guys today. I'm on my lunch break. Just gonna head back to the office, eat some lunch, and get back with my work day. And hopefully it's turning out to be a really beautiful day. Hopefully go out for a nice long run later. The buddy that lives or works really close to where I live, he gets off work around the same time that I do, and so we were in contact this morning. I think we're gonna try to get out for about an hour or something. But yeah, I'll wrap it up there. So ex-vegans, you know, I love you, I hate you, I love to hate you, but at the end of the day, I really do wish that you could find what you're looking for, you know, and find some clarity, hopefully come back around, because, you know, you can say that the vegan diet has failed you or that veganism has failed you, but really, judging by the facts that we hear and the kind of stuff that, you know, you all admit to, you have failed yourself, I think, in 98% of the cases, and you've certainly failed the animals. So we're rooting for you to make a strong and triumphant return to veganism, hopefully with a little bit of a renewed sense of purpose. And I'll wrap it up with that. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Peace.